The Governor has now taken action on all bills passed during the 2018 legislative session. I'll take a few minutes to summarize the budget outlook for the current and upcoming fiscal years. The current budget for fiscal year 2018 has net appropriations totaling $7,254 million. This total reflects the adjustments made in Senate File 2117, which was enacted in March. The current projected ending balance of the general fund is $31.7 million, most of which will be deposited to the reserve funds in accordance with Iowa Code. For fiscal year 2019, the budget has total available resources estimated at $7,641 million and appropriations totaling $7,480 million, with $5.2 million in estimated reversions. This makes the current projected ending balance $166.2 million. Now, let's take a closer look at how we get to these totals. To calculate total resources, we first start with the December Revenue Estimating Conference projection. Then we add the adjustment made during the March meeting and add the $800,000 in carry forward from fiscal year 2018. Next, the Federal Tax Cuts and Jobs Act is anticipated to increase state revenues by $188 million in fiscal year 2019 due to Iowa's federal deductibility law. Finally, the General Assembly made a number of adjustments that will impact the general fund. The most significant change was the Income and Sales Tax Modification Act, which has numerous tax policy changes with various impacts on revenue and effective dates. The Act included a contingent personal income tax provision that is dependent upon revenue targets being met in the future. The estimated net effect of the Act to the general fund is a decrease of $100 million in fiscal year 2019 and $263 million in 2020. As stated earlier, total appropriations enacted for fiscal year 2019 are $7,480 million. The largest state appropriation is school aid, which is estimated at $3,214 million. This is an increase of $34.8 million compared to fiscal year 2018, which includes a 1% increase in the state supplemental aid rate, a $15 million decrease to area education agencies, and a $5 adjustment to the state cost per pupil. Medicaid appropriations are estimated at $1,641 million, of which $1,338 million is from the general fund. This is an increase of $54.9 million compared to fiscal year 2018. However, the appropriations do not account for managed care organization capitation rate increase for fiscal year 2019. It is anticipated the General Assembly will need to provide a supplemental appropriation to cover the capitation rate increases. Appropriations to all other agencies and programs totaled $2,928 million, an increase of $136.2 million compared to fiscal year 2018. Finally, the budget puts the combined balances of the state's two reserve funds at $762 million for fiscal year 2019. This is 100% of the maximum allowed by the Iowa Code. The 2018 session fiscal report is anticipated to be published in July, and there are a variety of documents under the post-session information header at the address listed on your screen. In addition, please see our June Fiscal Update article for copies of the tables and information presented in this video. Contact any of our staff if you have questions or need more information about the state of Iowa's budget.